Jay-Z, that the 1-800 lawyer Tony Buzbee, he just recently dropped the lawsuits against Jay-Z.
I knew it was some bull. Man, ain't nobody no 13-year-old girl 18 years ago, and it's just now coming out. And y'all didn't say nothing that day, that night. Who done kept this mother secret this long?
There's a lot of people that think that Jay-Z's influence is what stopped that. He just put money in their pockets and got him to shut up.
Hell no. Man, you can't my daughter with no grown man and give me some money to make me not want to. Man, hell no. Hell no.
So this morning, Good Morning America released audio for the first time ever. The woman who accused Jay-Z and Diddy of assaulting her when she was 13 years old after the VMAs, of her on tape.
But Jay-Z you're saying he was definitely there? But he had no part in it, or he was just...
He was there.
He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with any sexual acts towards you. It was strictly...
Yeah.
The woman is also heard saying her lawyer put her up to suing one of the world's most recognizable stars.
He was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him.
With Jay-Z? Buzbee did?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
No.
So then, of course, once Good Morning America and these outlets receive this audio, they reach out to Buzbee for a response, and Buzbee counters with audio of this woman talking to him. Let's take a listen to that.
The accuser's lawyer, Tony Buzbee, called it a blatant lie that he pushed Jane Doe to sue Jay-Z.
They say that they have you on tape denying that Jay-Z assaulted you. Is that true?
No. I've never said that.
Okay. They also say that you told them, and they have it on tape, that I, Tony Buzbee, told you to came up with this plan and told you to say that Jay-Z assaulted you so you would get more money.
No.
The reason why Jay-Z's attorney says that they put this out is because they still wanted they wanted this to, people need to see everything.
Tony Buzbee should receive heavy consequences. That young lady should receive heavy consequences. This does nothing but make it harder for real victims, and it makes it harder for successful men because you can always be the target of a BS lawsuit like this one.
And who sent a 13-year-old girl to a party to be in the back room with these guys? Because most parties don't let you have access to the room.
Right. That's what the story was.
Yeah, I don't show did.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no fucking chance there was a 13-year-old girl there. I just don't believe it. I never bought it. I thought it was absolute bullshit.
Ain't no 13-year-old girl took no two grown men and went home and remained 13 years old and nobody said nothing.
Yeah.
Wasn't nothing different about it. Wasn't nothing different. This little girl done took two grown men and she done come back home after a party and ain't no hell being raised for 20 years. We just stay silent.
Yeah.
And even the father said, man, I don't remember going to no party.
And where is the media? How come the truth and the facts are never as loud as the accusation? When it's an accusation, everyone runs to amplify it. When it's the truth, everybody quiet.
Well, what do you always say, right? Nobody cares about the truth and the lies more entertaining. And the sad thing about it is...
Do you feel like Buzbee should be disbarred for everything that he did, being that 1-800 lawyer? Because I know that
he know that was frivolous. Come on, man. You have to have integrity. It's just like when the doctors take the Hippocratic oath. Man, you sworn. Right. Man, you can't run with no bull. Man, he knew that was bullshit. And all of a sudden, he had hundreds of people.
Yeah, that's what he was.
Man, he should be disbarred. Yeah. And kicked in the ass, too.
He tried to act wrong with Jay.
You could tell it's been a lie from the beginning.
From the beginning,
she didn't have her story straight. Her dad doesn't remember driving 4 or 5 hours. Like, it sounds crazy. So the fact that we're still having these conversations, but it hurts Hov. I'm sure it hurts Hov where people have. I'm sure businesses. It affected him in his business. It affected him when he was taking his daughter to see the Mufasa premiere.
Just as a man,
it just affected him as his family. It's effed up.
I just say, if you ran to YouTube, if you ran to a podcast to have an opinion about the accusations, have that same energy for the truth.
Yeah, Jay-Z, he came out and said he lost millions of dollars at the time that $20 million that all this was happening. That's why he's filing suit against.
As he should.
You know what I mean? So
he called her allegations blackmail, insisted he wouldn't pay one red penny, and is now suing the woman who claimed that he assaulted her for defamation.
But Jay's not letting it go. He's actually pursuing him now.
Man, you can't accuse me of no baby, and I got a baby, and I gotta go to my baby's function, and these people looking, man, yeah, no.
They say the first time it comes out, like everybody talking shit, The bad part goes further than the adjustment.
Just like he said.
Guilty.
Man, you don't see everybody posting lawsuits been dropped. Just like when I went to jail, everybody posted in jail. He's doomed. Ain't nobody posted he's out. Charges dropped.
Right. So in everybody's mind, I'm still.
I just call Sane. I'm like, Sane, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So now, homie. So
Greetings, you polite savages. Ladies and gentlemen of polite savages, you are now about to witness tales sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. And today we go straight for the jugular. If you lie, you need to go straight to the pokey when you're trying to damage a man's credibility. Forget that defamation lawsuit. I'm talking about defamation of your freedom. And as always, we can only guarantee to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. And as you know, the truth is a dirty, nasty pill to swallow. But sometimes it's time to shut up and take your medicine, especially you lying harlots out there. So there's nothing else left to do but get on up into it. Are you ready? Let's go. We've always maintained that if anybody does anything to a child, that they absolutely need to be punished to the full extent of the law, financially and criminally. But one thing that I must put my foot down and say that if you just choose to lie to try to extract some revenue from an individual, not only the person who made the false claim, but the lawyer who refused to vet that false claim, both need to be held extremely accountable. Because this is a lot different than a tabloid printing a story or running with a false narrative that they twisted up. This is actual things that have real world implications, millions of dollars, maybe even criminality of it, jail time, or even worse. Enter attorney Tony Buzbee and his silly little client. You know, the one whose entire story fell apart when she went on television and said that her father didn't remember picking her up from a 13-hour trip all the way across New York or something of that mess, was absolutely treated like he was the criminal in this matter. But I really want to talk to us for a second. Everybody out there, why is it the hatred and the vitriol for this man? What has he done publicly or privately to you to be so considered guilty until proven innocent? Or is it just when we see somebody build himself up, somebody get a few lucky breaks, make it happen, when we see somebody who is him, does the jealousy get to us and want to tear him down? Time to look in the mirror. And as for the young lady, I have no quarter for you. Yes, you probably have a disability, so I didn't go in on you last time, but you just straight up and down admitted that you lied. You lied because the man was famous, he was popular, and you figured it was a way to get some money, either you or the folks behind you. So the bottom line is metaphorically off with the head, you dig?
What I want them to start doing is persecuting the accuser. There's got to be some consequence. You couldn't just be able to just charge somebody with an allegation and then just go scot-free. Oh, never mind, drop the charges, I'll go back to my life. And I was anonymous. I was at a bar when it happened. They were like, breaking news, TubeBuddy in the news for doing some shit. And I said, oh, the newscasters, we have footage. There it is. And they showed the footage. This was sitting in the chair next to his girlfriend, which I didn't know he had a girlfriend. I thought he was married. I thought that was some gangster shit. Some woman just sat next to him and he said, yeah. And she got up and left. And then to cut back to the news anchors and they were like, unbelievable.
So just imagine somebody without Jay-Z's wealth, without Cuba Gooding Jr.'s wealth, somebody without the status and the lawyers to get behind them. What's going to happen to this person? Well, you can see the examples over and over again. Man serves 41 years, 50 years, 27 years, 10 years for something he did not do. So that's what happens. See, in this country, when you don't have the juice, when you don't have the power, and you get confronted with something, you are out of luck. And one thing is that the retraction is never as loud as the accusation. So these press, when they make their headlines, when they make their money, only thing I would ever request is that when they're wrong, like in this case, they flood the headlines with the truth. To keep it a buck, I don't want to hear any more chitter chatter or possibilities or somebody paid off somebody about this situation. I only want to know one thing. What is the absolute penalty that this young lady, this harlot, this person who manufactured this lie, what is she going to face since she's caught red-handed? What's going to happen? That's all I want to hear. And until you have those answers to those questions, I don't want to hear nothing else. Thank you for watching the TIP Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom. We're out.
We found true happiness.